Hello, everybody. Welcome to our Live Connection Friday stream. Pretty stoked about this one. We've got something big going on tonight. Right now is, I believe, the very first international challenge, basically an online Pokemon video game championship tournament where if you do well in the tournament, you actually can get points that would contribute to you getting an invite to the World Championships. So
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a big tournament. It's a really nice area for me to kind of test my skill. And I've been putting together this team and like kind of working and practicing for this for a little while. So I'm really stoked to be here. And we got Peter and Evan joining Matt here today. Before we get into the actual battles, though, I wanted to tell you guys a little bit about the team that I'm running for this tournament. So basically, I, until this point, have always just used rental teams because I think it's an awesome feature and it's super convenient. But for this tournament, you have to bring your own team. And so by no means is this team a completely original team on my end, but for the first time, all of these Pokemon belong to me, basically. The team idea I got, it was a team that placed 9th at the Dallas Regionals, which was a big tournament that I was kind of using as reference material for like team building and stuff. It's a really well put together team. I've got a ton of practice with it, and I like it a lot because it appeals to the way I like to play. It's a very like aggressive and skillful team, and it also uses some of my favorite Pokemon like Charizard, Togekiss, and Rhyperior. So basically, we start with Charizard. Charizard is basically like an absolute like nuclear bomb attacker. It's got a lot of things that stand in its way. Sorry,
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I want a couple clarifications. One, are you allowed to Gigantamax in this tournament?
Yes, you can Dynamax, and you can only Gigantamax Pokemon who have been made available through those events.
So like they have bans.
Yeah. So you can't bring Gigantamax Gengar because you'd have to grind a whole bunch to get one of those guys. So it just makes sure that it's not using Pokemon that aren't like universally available.
Oh, I see. I
yeah.
see.
I'm sorry, what was your other question?
My other question is, how does this tournament work? Is it just like, are you already late to the tournament, or like
No.
how many games are you allowed to play? Are you allowed to play as many as possible within a certain time frame? Like, how does that work?
So you get up to 45 battles per day, and it's a 3-day battling period. You just go until you drop. Basically, you have a rating. Like I checked, my rating is 1500 without doing any battles, and then you know, whether you win or lose obviously affects that rating, and then I think the rating is a show. But I imagine it's done in a way so that people that don't have the time like me to battle like all the weekends are still considered in there. That part I don't know for sure. Are you guys familiar with the VGC format rules before I start explaining this team? I just realized I should...
I don't... Like, what are the rules? Like, you can't... I mean, the rules are inside the battle, right? Like once you're in the battle, like the game restricts you from doing stuff. Right?
Yeah. So basically, how it works is they're double battles. You bring a team of 6 Pokemon, but you can only use 4 of them.
Right.
So
based off of you see their roster, and then you try to predict what they're gonna pick.
That's exactly right.
And then you try to counter pick as well, because you think, oh, they see my guy, so they're gonna pick this guy. But then he knows I'm gonna pick this guy, so I'm actually gonna pick this guy.
Precisely.
Very
So
sneaky.
you bring 4, so you have to be. It's a lot of tactics involved with just figuring out like who I'm bringing and how I'm approaching it, and then 4-person.
Hey, Dusty.
Hey, Dusty, welcome.
We're just going through the rules right now.
4 Pokemon double battle. If it were like actually at an official tournament, you'd play a best of 3, but in this format, I think you only get 1 battle, and then it just rematches you with somebody else. So I'm anxious to get battling, so I'm gonna go lightning fast through what this team's about. So this Charizard, super powerful attacker, but you kind of can only use it if you're sure that it's not going to be impeded by something. If you're bringing Charizard, he's more than likely to be your go-to Dynamaxer. But the Charizard and one other Pokemon in this team are mainly supported by this Whimsicott here. So Whimsicott, its ability is Prankster,
And
so
you're
all of its status moves have priority whether or not you're in Trick Room or not.
And are you gonna be first turn Tailwinding or Sunny Day, depending on who's out?
You have to play it a bit strategically. It's not uncommon for people to Dynamax turn 1, and so if a Pokemon Dynamaxes and uses a Rock type move, it'll likely knock Charizard out even if I use Protect.
So it's probably smarter to use a
Yeah.
or a Tailwind, so
Yeah,
it boosts your whole team rather than just a Charizard.
I'll go one way or the other. The reason why Whimsicott is such an important support to Charizard is Charizard's ability is solar power, which you know how the
Right.
item Life Orb works. You get a power boost, but you lose some HP at the end of every turn. Solar power is a secondary life orb that only boosts special attacks. So with those two compounded, you do a ton of damage when the sun is up.
And
so
the sunny day makes it so solar beam is immediate. Right?
Precisely. So usually what you do is you put your pieces into play, you get Surya to do the support that you need, and then you Dynamax Charizard and wipe out their team. Because almost any of Charizard's max moves will OHKO most Pokemon with those boosts in play. So.
Right.
You want to guarantee you're faster than them, so you're usually going to Tailwind. How I do it mostly is Protect on Charizard and then Tailwind. Sunny Day you also want to have up before it Dynamaxes or before it uses a big move because it's going to do so much more damage.
Okay. And then
But the other option, Fake Tears, harshly lowers a special defense stat. So if you Whimsicott's Prankster means that it'll use that before any other Pokemon in most situations. So you can also Fake Tears an enemy and then target that enemy with a special attack move and it'll nuke it almost guaranteed.
Okay.
So the next one on the list is Togekiss here. So Togekiss is absolutely the most played, most picked Pokemon in this metagame. It's incredibly versatile. It's super good at what it does. It's an amazing Pokemon. It's got all the pieces in the right place. So you can use Togekiss lots of different ways, but what I'm using it as is a bulky support Pokemon. So Follow Me is a super important move in this format because it's going to draw moves away, which means I can set up or do what I want with my other guys.
So
and then,
that's what those +1 Minals were. Oh no, that's Helping Hand.
Yeah. Well, Helping Hand's here as well. Helping Hand, when used in the right situation, is really good. When your partner Eevee uses it in a raid, more often than not, it's useless. But Helping Hand has maximum priority, so if I can play mind games with my opponent by making them wonder if I'm going to use Follow Me. And so sometimes they'll just automatically target Togekiss anyways. And if I know that it's going down in that turn no matter what, I'll use Helping Hand because it'll boost my other guy's attack that it does. And sometimes that helps me out a lot. And then Air Slash, just to make sure that if I get taunted, I'm not completely a dud.
Right.
Togekiss is well known for using Air Slash because it has a high ratio to make the opponent flinch. And then that ratio is boosted even further with Togekiss's ability Serene Grace. So it's a 60% chance that you'll flinch a Pokemon with Air Slash, which is nuts. So, yeah, Togekiss is a super important set piece here. But what I've read or what I've thought about is Duraludon is actually the MVP of this team for what I've heard. So Duraludon's also really, really versatile. It's really impressive the way that its stat distribution is. It's not the fastest Pokemon, but it's faster than most. It's got crazy special attack, but it's also got really good bulk. So, especially when you Dynamax Duraludon, you're gonna have a hard time making it go down, and it fires absolute nukes without even the types of boosts that Charizard gets with its ability and item and stuff. So, the Assault Vest just patches up Duraludon's weak special defense and gives him incredible bulk. So, Fake Tears from Whimsicott also will pair really well with Duraludon using all of its special attacking moves. So I skip past him here. Basically, Rhyperior is one of the two pieces on the Trick Room aspect of this team. So one of kind of the benchmarks of having a good team build in this format is having good forms of speed control. So I've got Tailwind to maximize my speed, but then I've also got Trick Room to minimize the speed. And if I'm committing to the Trick Room play, I'm going to bring Rhyperior because its speed is atrocious, but its ability is Solid Rock, which means if it gets hit by a super effective move, it's not going to hurt as much. And its item is the Weakness Policy, which when it's hit by a super effective move, it gets a sharp boost to its offenses. So if you put Rhyperior in Trick Room, it's now moving first almost consistently, and with the Weakness Policy, it absolutely wipes out its opponents. So Rhyperior is a really important part of this team as well, and it wouldn't be able to succeed without Jellicent here. Jellicent, I've really loved using it. I never really cared for Jellicent as a Pokemon, but in all of the competitive teams that I've been using it on in VGC, it's been an incredible ally.
Trick Room.
Yeah, so Trick Room's an important thing. For those that don't know, Trick Room makes it so that the speed priorities are completely swapped. It has an item called Room Service. Oh, sorry, not priorities. That was a complete misspoke. It's if the order of turns without anyone using any priority moves was Charizard, Whimsicott, Rhyperior, Jellicent, after Trick Room, it would be Jellicent, Rhyperior, Whimsicott, Charizard. So,
but you have to use Trick Room, or is it for a certain amount of time?
It's a certain amount of time, and it's a move you have to use.
Dude,
and
that's
I was
insanely powerful.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a really big set piece in this. I used to have no love for Trick Room. I'd get frustrated when I had to play against it. I've never incorporated on my own teams, but now that I've actually gotten used to using it, it's a phenomenal tool. What's cool as well is Jellicent has an item called Room Service that minimizes its speed when Trick Room goes up. Which means that it will always
maximizes it.
Yeah, exactly. So it'll always mean that it'll move faster than Rhyperior, and Rhyperior is a really potent threat in this game. So this Jellicent both supports my Rhyperior and counters the opposing Rhyperior.
Do you think we'll see a lot of similar teams to yours?
Yeah. Well, I mentioned before this team is very on meta.
Yeah.
So I think we're gonna see a lot similar. There's just so many Pokemon that are viable, and all of these niches that these Pokemon are filling. Can just as easily or just as well be fit by other types of Pokemon as well. It's just there's obviously a lot of synergy that has to go into these to your team build. So Jellicent made sense because it can proc. I'm gonna
Too hype?
Yeah. Well, we'll see when the gym leader music comes on. You know we'll be turning that shit up. Okay, let's see what he's got here. So
this is a little bit weird.
Yeah, so it's definitely a Sun team. Leafeon's gonna have Chlorophyll, boosted speed. Charizard can bring Sun.
Oh, did you make it, Ness? Did you meet him?
Mark Ruffalo?
Yeah, how was it? Unlikely that he's gonna bring Barbarical, although if he did, that would pose a pretty big advantage for him.
Dude, how many of these things did you get?
Okay, a lot, but only some of them are the ones that are designated for the giveaway that have.
Well, you should have told me that before.
I made it so the ones at the top of the, so I did a search. Were you searching the other times you did the trade or just the first time?
I didn't search anything.
Yeah, so all the ones you've been traded are the ones then.
Okay. Because there's still like, the list doesn't decrease. You have like a lot of them.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe look at the ones you have and see what the score is.
Matt likes Pokemon.
I
yeah,
might be
that's the truth.
screwed already, but we'll see.
Gardevoir is the only one I could think that would use Trick Room.
This is definitely the superior way to trading, though.
Yeah, you think so?
This is way better than doing it on two different switches.
Oh, yeah.
Ness, do you have any interest in competitive Pokemon? Or are you more just about the collecting and trading and all that?
So this, I didn't think this was the one I was gonna choose, but I'm actually gonna bring the Whimsicott Charizard duo again.
What's the hidden ability?
It's Stalwart. It's not gonna be a hidden ability if it's got heavy metal or light metal.
I thought you said Star Wars at first.
You know,
Okay,
Stalwart.
so far I've gotten all the right ones.
Yeah, and they all. Yeah, okay. So
Leafeon and
okay, so he did definitely commit to the. He did commit to the Sun team. That's actually gonna do us a ton of favors. I'm not scared of anything these guys are going to do.
So you say Sun Team, like an old meta?
So Sun Team means that you're going to take advantage of the Sun mechanics for many Pokemon on your team.
Oh,
so just like how my Charizard has Solar Power, Torkoal brings the Sun, so he's guaranteeing himself Sun. Leafeon has the ability Chlorophyll.
Which makes it stronger.
It makes it faster. I think I'm gonna stop being like afraid. Okay, actually, talk about Renegade plays. I'm not scared of anything this Torkoal is gonna do to Charizard, so I'm gonna move to take out that Leafeon. But because so they made speed changes dynamic. So if I Tailwind, there's a chance I'll go first, but I might just have to accept that this Leafeon's moving, and I'm gonna fake Tears it. I mean, okay, so. Depending on who he brings out, I might be in trouble. Gardevoir, I'll still take the Gardevoir out, no problems. They might have been trying to move for a Trick Room setup, but that's not happening at all. Because
not on your turf.
Well, I did the fake Tears. I did the fake Tears special move combo, so he is guaranteed to die, especially since I picked, especially since I Dynamax Charizard. So. Fake Tears is going to go on that Gardevoir, and then I'm going to KO it right away. And so that is going to give Torkoal a free turn, but the nice thing is that I don't think it's got much that can hurt Charizard, and it'll put Whimsicott down to 1 HP, but that still lets me make another, Are you serious?
Do you think that's focus stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be.
Use the Whimsicott to finish it off.
Yeah, so the nice thing is that the Whimsicott. Oh my god, that's so unfortunate. Oh my god, that burn's gonna KO me, I'm pretty sure. Wow, that is a bad beat.
Dude, you're getting really unlucky with these battles today.
Yeah, well, it's a combination of things, isn't it? Yeah, well, it's also unfortunate that I have to waste my Dynamax turns KOing Pokemon that are at low health. I think what I'm gonna do is
why don't you just take out the Torkoal if you can, or target?
I don't have anything that's really gonna hurt the Torkoal, so what I'm gonna do is I really think that this Gardevoir, that he brought out Gardevoir to pull off Trick Room, and I'm not gonna give it the chance. I'm gonna use another Max Airstream to give myself more speed, and then I'm actually gonna use Air Slash because Torkoal is one of the slowest Pokemon that lives. If Torkoal is really wanting to do, Torkoal will really benefit in Trick Room, but I know Togekiss is hitting first. And if I'm lucky, that Air Slash will flinch and completely lose him a turn. I mean, he's still got his Dynamax on the table, and I'm not going to, but he did me a huge favor by setting up Sun right off the bat, and this Charizard can still be a huge threat.
Why not use the Air Slash on the Gardevoir? Because surely that would do less damage.
That's what I wanted to happen.
But
flinch?
Max, the flinch.
Yeah, I wanted the
consider
flinch to
that.
happen. I don't want to waste a Max move taking 1 health off a Pokemon, but the fact that Max moves also have their secondary effects is also really nice. Oh, I have another Dynamax turn. I didn't even realize.
Maximum speed.
I think this Duraludon knows that I'm a threat. I wouldn't be surprised if it Dynamaxed here. So I'm going to use Max Guard. It's not how I want to use my last Max turn, but there's nothing Charizard's really going to do that will hurt these guys a ton.
Yawn, Duraludon.
Can't you use some sort of fire and kill him?
Well, Torkoal's a fire type. It's going to resist.
Duraludon.
Steel and Dragon.
Yeah,
so it's
fire would still hurt him.
it would do a lot of damage, but
Hello,
Why don't you
Ness.
just do the damage?
no, you're right. No, I shouldn't have my back against the wall. I'm going to go Max Flare, and I'll go for another Air Slash on that Torkoal.
I think you should have yawned Duraludon.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've got all of the pieces in play to do a huge amount of damage to this Duraludon, and you know, it may KO Charizard with a Max Lightning here. Well, I mean, we're doing a giveaway if I win, and I'm feeling pretty good about my chances this time. I guess we'll see.
So yeah, we'll trade if Matt can win.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nice, dude.
Oh, I got a critical
Can
hit
you
there.
imagine if you max guarded?
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Instead.
I gotta think about my plays a bit more because, like, momentum is a term that's used a lot to describe kind of interactions in this game that I kind of fail to understand sometimes, but I at least get that, like, you know, this is my last turn to do some huge damage, and I've got this massive speed boost. I really shouldn't be playing with my back against the wall. And
Hey Ness, if Matt beats this, just send your Switch friend code in the chat
Matt,
right now.
do you already have it?
No,
I know
it's
I
on
have
my
it.
Switch.
Yeah.
It's on my account.
Okay,
I'm doing all this.
So I forgot that he had Leafeon in the back. Not actually scared at all. Leafeon isn't going to threaten Charizard a
Send
bunch.
me your friend code. Peter, you want to type this in to the my friend code into there?
Like, you know, give me your Switch.
Oh yeah, I guess I can do that too. Yeah, it doesn't matter. You're typing it into the chat.
So normally I think part of me wants to follow me just to make sure this Leafeon doesn't do anything to hurt Charizard.
Air slash.
But no, so I'm going to use Helping Hand because it's going to actually pick up the KO. It's going to make Heat Wave KO Torkoal as well. Like, again, I've got all the pieces in play to do massive damage.
Ooh, you ate a berry.
Yeah, so he ate a berry, but
What
I
does
mean,
that do?
I think he's still going down. Nice.
What did the berry do though?
So the berry, if they eat the berry before I do a move, it's one of the many berries that will reduce the damage of a super effective hit. So that Oka berry meant that it wasn't taking much damage from fire moves. Like a wise thing to put on a Leafeon.
You did it.
Yeah, I won. Yay. First W. Okay, so I managed to go across somebody with a really, really low ranking. Evan, you might want to have a look at this. A low ranking and maybe didn't fully understand the rules. I don't have to debate what Pokemon they're going to bring because they only brought 4.
Remember last time you said some guy didn't know what they were doing and then they schooled you?
Time
realize
flies
it's
when you're
already
having fun.
Time flies when you're playing Pokemon. Yeah, so we're doing a thing, Alana, where whenever because Matt's doing the regionals, or whatever the frick it is, the international Pokemon tournaments. So he's getting points. He's trying to make it to internationals or whatever. But the most important thing is that every time he wins, we're giving away a hidden ability Pokemon.
Hidden,
Just say the name.
Stalwart Duraludon. It's Duraludon.
Yeah, a hidden ability Duraludon with Pokerus. So Matt just won a game. So if you want one of them, we are happy to send it to you. Peter, if you could send my friend code in the chat again, then maybe I can add Alana, and Alana, you could add me.
I'm playing Temtem as we speak.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, thanks. Thanks for that.
Yeah, I'll get your phone. I'll get your
I'm
phone
running to
code.
get my Switch. All right. Dusty, what did you get? You didn't say it already, did you?
No, because he said his food's almost here. He said he'd be back. Now it arrived.
Matt, I don't think we talked about this, but can I borrow this charger for a while?
Yeah, that's fine. That's,
Okay. You're not using your 3DS?
No, I'm
time
not
recently?
using my 3DS much. It is dead right now, but I don't actually have any use for it at this
Okay,
moment. So.
Oh, pizza, chicken, and cheesesteak. That sounds good.
Oh, that does sound
really good. Okay. I'm a little scared of Fake Out. I'm not really supposed to bring this duo if I'm worried I'm gonna get faked out, but I think I'm making the right play here by trying to keep Whimsicott in, because if I don't pull off a move, it's not the end of the world. Grimmsnarls.
Yeah, no rush, Alana.
That's
don't worry.
that's a lot of running.
That's okay. I got a whole game to play before our next W, even then. Oh, okay.
Well, no, you already won, so I'm giving her that one.
They okay, gotcha. They made a super smart play. They read the Max Lightning, and they brought out Togedemaru. So my first Dynamax turn goes to waste, and there's nothing I can do. Yeah, that's a bad beat on my part there. I wouldn't be surprised if it used Max Hailstorm and killed the Whimsicott as well. Oh, that's just a bad turn for me overall. My first Max turn going to waste. Togedemaru, I've got 2 threats on the opposing side right now. Gyarados is protected by the Max Lightning. I gotta get better at thinking, like, what are these teams trying to go for,
You got a big brain it.
Yeah. Yeah, Dusty, go ahead.
Yeah,
Please
if
do.
it lets you do it. I don't know if it we have the settings for your tier in the Discord
Oh.
to post files, but if you can on any of the channels, do it.
Actually, I don't blame the opponent for goofing like they did, because I technically made the same goof. That hidden ability Stalwart that we've been talking about makes it so that Duraludon can't have any of its attacks redirected. So they made the right call in bringing out a Togedemaru so that Max Lightning wouldn't hit Gyarados, but Max Lightning will still hit Gyarados because Duraludon's immune to getting its moves redirected. So
Oh, interesting.
yeah, so that actually went
Worked out
way
for
better.
you.
Yeah, I mean, this Togedemaru, it's got a special defense boost. It's not that it's not threatening now, but Whimsicott's at full health, and I got a free Tailwind up there. So, I mean, nothing's going to stop him from bringing Grimmsnarl and doing that Fake Out that I was so afraid of, but I've got a huge advantage right now. So
What person's name? How can you go through a whole Pokemon game with the name question mark, question mark, question
I
mark?
don't know. I see a lot of really odd.
They don't know their identity.
I
They're
guess,
still
eh?
trying to learn.
Okay, now I gotta download Bank. That's my next step. So, Evan. Yes. Yes, Jack. How
Oh,
can I help you?
That was a bad move. Playing a lot of RuneScape.
You've been doing your weeklies again? I guess that's all you have to do over there now, hey?
Australian RuneScape.
Australian RuneScape is the whole RuneScape map flipped upside down. I know that's a really dumb thing, but I thought it'd be funny. Makes me nostalgic for the days of Dungeoneering. That was good. I missed that actually. You, me, and Jackson just Dungeoneering away. I was always just like this piss poor character, and you guys just tanked everything. Yeah, there's a Discord now, Alana. If you actually go into the link on, oh, there you go. Peter's on it.
Nice
Yeah,
work,
come join
Peter.
our Discord. We'd love to have you. We're trying to grow it as much as possible. We got lots of cool stuff going on. We have We posted our first Discord exclusive video on the Discord the other day. We do self-promotion Mondays. So anything that you want to promote to our community on Mondays, you can promote that.
I can see Dusty.
We can gaze the beauty visage of one Dusty Wall 27.
And then what else is going on in the Discord recently that's been implemented? I don't know. We just got lots of channels. I'm trying to implement something, a music mornings thing, where I somehow am able to reroute my. Because every morning on Spotify when I'm at work, I will listen to like my morning coffee playlist, which is just kind of like a bunch of folky music.
Okay.
But I find it's really nice to get into the morning mood. I do it while I'm applying to jobs and doing whatever for Live Connection. But it's really nice. And then I want to reroute that through the Discord so then people can, enjoy morning coffee with me, It's not like I'm going to be talking to you, but I want to have it so like, the music's going through. But anyways. But yeah. No, come join, Alana. We'd love to have you. Oh, God. I've never seen the fan art, to be honest.
But, that's not necessarily something to be unhappy about.
Alana, did you get my Did you get my friend code for your metal Pokemon? We do have, Alana, pornography rules on the Discord, so don't post anything like that, or else we'll have to ban you.
During the last podcast, did you guys know I accidentally flashed a tit?
What?
Did you?
Who's tit?
Oh, I was going through Twitter and there was a tit.
There was just a young.
Is that
nice
on
lady with
YouTube
her
now?
boobs out?
Or is it the last?
It was the one just me, Jared, and Graydon did. It was the last one we recorded, I think.
Wow.
Hopefully Jared spots that before he posts it on Sunday.
Like, Graydon was like, "Hey, is that a sex doll?" I was like, "I don't know. Let's take a look."
Oh.
It was a real boob.
Well, it was a sex doll boob, but
Well, that's technically not a real boob, is
I
it?
mean, I think looks enough like a real boob for the algorithms to be like, no.
So, I was expecting either one of my Pokemon here to go down in the next few turns or so. So I've been basically using Whimsicott's availability to.
Oh, sounds good for the switcher. Don't let me interrupt you, dude. I'm just responding.
So paralysis, basically, it really reduces my speed, and it also gives me a chance of not being able to move because of paralysis. So basically, what the strat they're going for is this Togedemaru is faster than Duraludon, so it's using a move that has a decent chance of flinching. So there's a high chance I'm not going to get to use my turn because, yeah.
You're using your phone charger to charge your. Oh no, Alana, we're doing our.
She's using her phone charger to charge the Switch. That's what she's saying.
Yeah,
How?
which is pretty.
What do you mean? It's
She
just
has a
US
phone with USB-C.
Yeah.
Peter does it sometimes. I don't think he realized until today how slow.
This is
it charges.
USB-C?
Yeah, you didn't know?
And Matt,
Wow,
do
Nintendo is ahead of the
Do
curve
not
right now.
claim I do not know what
Oh.
what the power of charging is. That's just
Oh.
convenient.
Well, no, that's fair. I mean, I guess you're right. It's just if you wanted to charge your Switch using that, you'd
What
be
does
waiting a while.
paralysis mean? Dusty says.
I explained a second ago. It's
Evan
just-
is lost. I'm so lost, Dusty. If you look, I'm gonna look at you now, Dusty. I'm gonna see how lost you might be.
you can see Dusty in the photo he posted.
Yeah, he's waving his hand with a gray shirt. You just gotta find the.
It's like a game of Where's Waldo almost.
Nice. That's another W. Feels good, man. I was a bit worried about that one. It's a pretty commanding victory as well. 3 Pokemon on my side. That's
You won again?
Yeah.
Well, you know what that means, everybody. That means we have 2. That's right, 2 Duraludons with Pokerus ready to give away to you. Wow. Tell your friends, tell your family, send the links
Wow.
out, join the Discord. I didn't realize I got the 3DS XL.
Yeah.
That was a good
The
that was a
XL's,
good
dude,
buy.
I mean, you've seen Eric's like original 3DS that he has. That thing's tiny.
Yeah, it's like the same size as an actual.
Yeah.
Oh, look, I have my DSi.
DSi.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
he had.
Aren't those small, man?
Dude, look But actually, look at this. This looks like this was released this year. This is a nice looking piece of technology.
Yeah.
Like
the
even
DS
just look
Lite
at
was
that. Like look at that.
Cool. Yeah.
Do we need to do a DSi review in 2020?
No, seriously.
Bring back
the
DSi.
I was like, because I've been playing it because I didn't have the charger for this. I don't know where the heck it went. And it's, you know what? My hands are huge. So like my thumb cramps up hitting A because my thumb has to bend like this pretty much. But no, it's a nice piece of tech, man. The DS Lite, not the DSi. This is the Nintendo DS Lite. So it was good. This is for a piece of technology that's over 10 years old. This looks good. You know?
Yeah.
It almost looks better than the actual DS. This
the
looks
3DS,
just clunky,
the 3DS
you
XL,
know?
which I would agree. Except I find it so hard to appreciate the original DS or the original 3DS's screen size when you get an XL because the screen is just so much bigger.
Yeah.
And that thing doesn't have Joy-Con drift.
If you want to... Oh, Peter's
No,
closing.
no, you
No,
can
if
talk.
If you want a Pokerest Duranolon, you can join our Discord using the link below and at LC Evan, and I will send you one. And also send me your friend code, and you can get your own Pokerest Doodle Doo.
Doodle doo. Maybe one day you'll be able to say his name properly. But until then, we'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye.
That booger's still there.